Maybe you could be excused for thinking that small-town southern Alberta seems an unlikely spot to find cutting-edge innovation in higher education. But wipe away your preconceptions based on Little House on the Prairie. Remote institutions facing declining demographics know all too well that necessity is the mother of invention. Lethbridge College has been blazing a trail in competency-based education, stackable modular credentials, and the use of VR technology. This week, I talk with President Paula Burns about competency-based learning, modular programs, and virtual reality at Lethbridge College. I'm Ken Steele. Welcome to another 10 with Ken. This past May, I was invited to Lethbridge College for their annual PD Day to present on innovations in teaching and student supports and to facilitate a workshop on the innovation mindset. But before my presentations, I sat down with Paula Burns, the college president and CEO, to chat about innovation.
Thank you for taking some time, Paula.
Oh, you're welcome, Ken. I'm happy to do this.
It's always a pleasure to be here. And certainly Lethbridge College is one of those intriguing places where a lot of exciting things seem to happen. Sometimes I credit that with being a bit more on the frontier, that sort of Western, anyway, to my question. What are some of the innovations at Lethbridge College that you're particularly proud of or that you think could serve as examples for other post-secondary institutions?
I would say that we have innovations happening both in the programming side and in the applied research side, but also in really our student experience and what I'll say the capstone experience for our students. We recently have been doing the competency-based cadet police training in partnership with the police forces, so with Lethbridge Police Force, Medicine Hat, and also the Blood Tribe, and that's been a really, really good experience.
Can you elaborate a bit on the advantages of that competency-based approach?
Yeah, what happened is the National Police Board basically has competencies that they assess candidates on. And so what was happening from our justice studies programming is students were going to a police force and then basically having to re-go through training to meet those competencies. So what we decided to do was design the program to be aligned with the competencies, to test the competencies. So we use our faculty as well as police officers to test them. And so they're basically field ready when they finish the program.
Excellent.
Also, the things we're doing in agriculture I think are pretty exciting. Around the programming side, just different ways to do programming, which I also think is part of the future. One of the things we did with the Agriculture Business Risk Management Certificate program was to have it run all the courses basically available every month, and each course takes about a month. We would maybe call it a module rather than a course, but we designed it so that students could start anytime and that they could take them in any order as well. So there's no prerequisites for it. It's a program that is designed to meet the needs of those who are already working as well as current students. So there's a lot of the professional and continuing education component to it. It's a unique program in the sense that it is credited, so Alberta Education has given us credit for the certificate. It also will go into our Ag Enterprise Management Diploma program, and we have a partnership with the university where they're creating a degree as well. So some unique approaches to programming that are a little bit outside of the box. Not everything is a Monday to Friday, sort of September to December type course. And I think that's where we've been doing some really cool innovations in the programming side. And then on the applied research side, we built a brand new facility called the Trades Technology Innovation Facility. So we knew for our trades we needed a lot of new space. The space was getting tired, shall we say. And that facility we designed so that the technology programs could be in there as well, and a space for innovation. So about 7,000 square feet, which at the time of design, everybody said, what in the world are you going to do in there? And we honestly didn't know, because with innovation, it's hard to know what you're going to do in 5 years from now. But there's two major things that are happening in there right now. One is a study in irrigation. So we've got 3 great big boxes basically of soil, different types of soil, having different types of irrigation applied with all the temperature control so that we can sort of figure out what's the best for the crops. And then the second thing, which is something totally different, is on the digital media side. So also in that innovation space is a lab for virtual reality and 360-degree video. So we have some faculty and some students working on some research projects and just designing some things that are actually integrated right into the curriculum.
So it's a combination of applied research and some programmatic applications of VR.
Yeah.
I understand you're
Yeah.
using VR for interior design,
Yes.
for wind turbine.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's really important about applied research. We do solve real-world problems for industry, but we also integrate it into our curriculum. So on the interior design side, we actually had students using virtual reality themselves as part of their final projects as well, and into a competition with an industry-sponsored competition actually to design a home that will be built in Lethbridge. And that was a really exciting project. Again, faculty-led, students really involved in it. We actually recently did a conference
I've
in
been
virtual
watching
reality.
some of the keynotes from that conference,
and that was a student project. So students came to the faculty and said, you know, we'd like to do something a little different. We usually just Skype in an expert in the field, but how about we do a virtual reality conference on virtual reality in virtual reality? So for a full
kinda
day,
neat. Yeah.
that's what they did.
Thank you, Paula, for having me here at Lethbridge College and for taking some time this morning to talk about innovation broadly. I appreciate it.
We're glad you're here. We're looking forward to everything.
Fun
Thank
day.
you.
All right. Thanks.
My conversation with Paula Burns continues next week. We'll look towards the year 2028 to discuss some of the key challenges in the decade ahead, from rapidly advancing technologies to learning integrated work. I hope you'll join us, but to be sure you don't miss it, take a moment now to subscribe. And in the meantime, check out our recent episode on classrooms and technology at 10withken.com. Thanks for watching. Lethbridge College has been blazing a trail in the use of Lethbridge College has been Jeez.